What's up, crypto heads? Hope all is well in the crypto land for you today. My last video, I left off here for those of you that watched it. Well, first of all, for the new people, I need to put in some positive sentiment. Maybe I'll get some subscribers in time, right? This is Bitcoin is an asset where possibly your great grandchildren might buy a moon in a distant solar system with 100 of the Satoshi you own right now, right? That's fantastical thinking. But that's the ceiling of Bitcoin. There is no ceiling. So with that being said, we're not there yet. And that's a different story. Well, this is where we're at today. So let's talk about that. I've been calling a dumpy dump, and people probably don't want to hear that, but that's what's going on. There's a lot of negative sentiment in crypto right now. So I'm actually kind of watching for pump or just sideways. My last video, I left off here. Right about here is where I made my last video, and everything to the right you see is what's happened since. And this is basically what I said. The top of this channel is going to be harsh resistance. Now, I don't have dry powder right now. I'm in a short position already. This green line down here, horizontal, down here, that's where I got my take profit. Or, well, not the whole thing, but I'm going to get out of some of it there. So I don't have dry powder to get in right now. I have several accounts. I have several accounts. So this account right here, I funded with $270 a couple weeks ago, and when Bitcoin dumped down here in 19,550, it was almost $2,000, and right now I think it's sitting at like 1,300 or so. And if it comes back down here, it'll be 2,000 again. That's the point where I'm at, right? Turned $270 into basically $2,700 in a matter of weeks. I'm getting this down good. I'm not perfect yet, but with that being said, I mentioned that because if I had dry powder, I would have shorted here. And I say that now to you folks because we're coming to a similar situation. This ascending channel that I have highlighted with red accents should break down, the odds say. This green one here that formed after my last video, down, should break up, the odds say, and there it is. Now, Bitcoin lately has been defying the odds, particularly with the descending ones. They've been breaking down. And actually, this one broke out yesterday, but as you can see, it was just a flash pump and came crashing all the way back down. Didn't quite, I was saying probably 19,600 would be tested again. Didn't quite make it, 19,880, 870. But now this is interesting. It's riding the bottom of that channel up, so it's at the same steep incline that I said is not going to be sustainable for the bulls. It's just not going to happen for any long amount of time. And now we've got this yellow support line here that's forming an ascending wedge with the bottom of the red parallel ascending channel. See that? I've watched this come up 3 times today and fail. It's wick. See the wicks? Wicks up into it, fail, wick, fail, wick, fail. And I'm expecting this to be breaking down because why? The top of this big blue channel. I'll go to the daily chart here and show you this big blue one. This whole screen's blue. This is a descending channel. I expect this to be intense resistance. It might do the similar thing as yesterday. Back here, there could be a peeky poo out the top. If I had dry powder, I would be, even like right now, I'd be probably legging into a short. It's probably not a bad idea. Like I say, I'm looking to take profit. I'm already in, so I can't do nothing. But my last video, I should have mentioned the top of this channel is going to be a good short area if you want to do that. Now, maybe I'm wrong. With the negatives, the one thing that turns me off now is I look at Bitcoin YouTube channels and thumbnails, their titles and thumbnails. I don't actually, not talking about what they say in the video, but the titles and thumbnails is a real good indicator for me. And there's a lot of doom and gloom and negative sentiment right now. So I'm kind of surprised to see this pumping. This could be whale trick. The whales want you to long now. They want liquidity in the market. So I expect this to probably go sideways for a while. Probably a dump out of here, but a recovery and probably come up and test the top of this again at some point. Just thinking probably sideways. Nothing, no big pumps up and no big dumps down for a while. I do eventually think we're coming down below 16,000 again, and I'll show you that here in a second. But right now, hopefully this doesn't break before I get the video out. This is probably going to be a really nice spot to enter a short right here. The top of this big channel is going to be 20,700. It could wick out of there to 20,000 like 800, but I don't think it's going to leave this big channel anytime soon. Eventually down the road it will, but not right now. What I'm thinking now is just this is too steep, right? And we've got a wedge and a ascending wedge, ascending parallel channel. And for what I've seen so far, it would be very unlikely for this to go up here right now. If it did, I'd look at 21,360 to be resistance, 21,700 to be resistance, and for it to come back down, maybe bounce off it and get back in the channel eventually. But I don't think it's leaving the channel. But I'm very uncomfortable being in the mainstream sentiment of YouTube channel creators. That makes me uncomfortable when they're all negative. I'd like to call for a pump. But with my experience, we don't blast into these macro channels and then within 48 hours blast back out the top. I've never actually really seen that. With all the bad news and negative sentiment, it would be a lot to ask. But, with that being said, I should have mentioned this last video. The top of this channel is likely going to be a real nice place to short. So the main point of this video right now specifically is Bitcoin's going to have to make its mind up right here. This is an intersection, right? This is an intersection. And basically the way I'm seeing it is there's a stop sign here. It's not going up here. So, the top of this channel, the ascending wedge, the ascending parallel channel coming to the top of the bigger macro channel is looking like a juicy short. If you're interested, it's probably $300 would probably be about the target. Say it bounced off the exact top here at 20,700, then 20,400 is the target for that. Probably, maybe bounce off this white line. So let's go over to the daily chart and talk about this white line. The best thing I could say to you is if you want to see what I'm doing here, just chart this yourself. Take an image of this where I got all this. See this channel and just maybe chart it yourself. It's working really good, right? It's working really good for me. So this white line, 20,370, is the bottom of this range here. The yellow line is the top of this range here. So this white line is in play now. As you can see, the daily candle closed exactly on it. And it's been support, and then it turned into resistance, and now it's support again. So this is what I want to come and show you on the daily chart. All the little spider web looking things behind these candles is my 5-minute chart. Let's get rid of that. That's not. My 5-minute chart is behind those daily candles. You can see the little parallel channel and the wedge back there. See that? And so it's decision time, right? This white line is 20,370 is support, and Bitcoin is above that, and it's smushed between the bottom of this red ascending channel, and it's coming to the top of this green descending macro channel, and also this white line is support. So it's smushed. Bitcoin's going to get smushed in here, so something's going to eventually have to happen. So Bitcoin's going to, it won't let me draw a line. That's really annoying. My magnet's not on. It won't let me draw a line. Okay, so Bitcoin's smushed. It's going to get smushed right here. If I could draw a line, I would be drawing a line up and down in here. 21,000. There's got to be a decision, and I don't think that decision is going to do this, right? I think the decision is going to do this. I can't draw a line the way I want to draw a line. I don't have my magnet on. I'm not going to fight it. You got the idea, and that's about it, right? I think the whales want liquidity in the market, so they're going to hold off on the big dump. We are here. We are right here, right? Just forget about the news, right? This is just basically predicting the news, right? It doesn't matter what the news is. It's just any news story is going to do it, right? It doesn't matter what it is, and we're just here. This is just the natural cycle. It's been going on for hundreds of years. It just doesn't matter. There'll just be some news story that'll get blasted out by the media, whether it's real or not. It doesn't matter. And you can see. So see this big guy here, right here. I want to end the video on this. See this one here. I'm not saying it's going to be a carbon copy, but eventually this is. Let's reset the chart. Eventually, this descending macro channel here that I have highlighted in green. This will eventually break up. This is bearish while it happens. Eventually, there will be a bullish poink at some point out of here. It's inevitable. Whether it's in April or the end of March or I highly doubt it's going to be right now. Although, watch out with all the negative sentiment. Like I say, I don't like being. I'm very uncomfortable being in the mainstream YouTube channel sentiment, right? It never works out well, right? I watched them for a year or two, continually lead the public to disaster, just over and over and over and over. So watch out for that. But where we're at in the macro scale, I think it's highly unlikely there's any pump coming until we come down to 15, 16,000. And then there will be probably like a 20%, 30% pump for sure. And all right, this video is too long. I'm just looking for stuff to say now. Look for sideways, and in the near term, 20,370. Watch for that support to fail and Bitcoin to come down and test 19,600 again. Would be my near-term speculation. It probably bounce off 19,600 and come back up, and maybe revisit 20,300 right in the top of this channel. And I just think it's probably here, right? We're probably just in this channel for the foreseeable future, doing something, poink, right? Something like that. All right, I hope you liked it, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And as always, thanks for watching.